Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your final English lesson for term 3. Time flies when you're having fun, am I right? Now, today is all about finishing off your persuasive leaflets. So to begin with, I've got a little starter here. You know before, normally we'd be the ones checking through your work, finding those SPGs. I need you to get your teacher hat on, please, and have a look through, see if you can find any SPGs, correct them. And then once you've done that, can you give yourself a post-it note challenge? Now, what this means is similar to our now tasks, okay? So can you think of something that you are going to achieve today in your writing? Maybe think about what it is that you think is really going to impress me or Ms. Rutherford, and put yourself, it doesn't have to be on a post-it note. I mean, I mostly said post-it notes so I could include this picture of Mario. But yeah, give yourself something to challenge yourself, perhaps 5 embedded clauses or 10 examples of formal language. Pop it on a post-it note and get it ready for today's writing. I'll give you a couple of minutes to do that. If you want to pause me here, do that starter, then when you're ready, we'll move on. All right, so the good news is you're not actually going to have to listen to me speak that much today, which is a Brucey bonus for you. I wanted to bring you to Magpie Corner to begin with, okay? So remember, we did this in our last end of unit, and basically, it's where I've gone, wow, look at all these fab examples of writing. Let's share those to give a bit of inspiration. Now, as you can see, these are actually from plans, but I know these people will have then put them in their writing today as well. So different examples. If you've set yourself a challenge of including some formal language, for example, you might want to magpie something similar to this. So we've got T and C's, that's terms and conditions to apply. Please arrive as soon as possible to gain access to park premises. I thought that was a really nice way of using formal language to make this sound like a pretty official document, actually. That was from James, and he's done a brilliant job there. Then if we've got homophones, now again, like I said, homophones is a bit of a throwback skill. That's something we did back in term 1 too. But again, if you're struggling with that, let me know. I can find a homophone word map for you. Or we've got here, so we've got, if there is a break anywhere, we will tend to it immediately. The reason I like this, not only did it sound quite formal, not only did it have the keyword immediately, but we've got the one of the 3 there's, the correct one as well. And then we've got break, as in you break something compared to the brakes of a car. Okay, so again, might be that you want to magpie that sentence. Then we've got reported speech here. Okay, so the people who work at JWP have announced that you will get fine dining with a delicious gourmet meal. What did I like about that? Well, firstly, again, lots of nice precise vocab, some quite formal vocabulary, but also really nice, easy way of getting some reported speech in. So the people who work at blah, 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 whatever it might be, have announced. Okay, so you could easily magpie that sentence if you're thinking, I don't know where to get some reported speech in. That would be a really nice, quick way to get something in. Okay, and then finally, we've got embedded clauses down here. Again, I know embedded clauses is something we've spent a little bit of time looking at in the last couple of weeks, and you guys are really starting to get those in your writing. But a really easy way to do it is after the name of a ride or a part of your theme park, just add in a bit of detail using a. So the elements surrounds the whole theme park. It's a sentence. The elements, a completely magical ride, surrounds the whole theme park. The extra information is just a completely magical ride. And again, that's probably all of you are going to have attractions in your theme park. So it might be you go, right, I'm going to get a completely magical ride after my ride that I'm talking about. Okay. So there's just a couple of examples there. Obviously, there are tons of ways that you could magpie those bits, change them to make your own. But if you're thinking, I don't know how to get that skill in, then this is going to be a really good way to start. Okay. Right. Like I said, not having to listen to me much, because what your task is today, guys, is to just continue and finish your persuasive advert using your plan and turning those into full paragraphs. As I mentioned yesterday, I'd really like those ideas organised into sections. So it should be nice and easy. Whatever you've got in a box, so if you've got a box about restaurants, your heading's going to be restaurants, and then you're going to write about it. Then when you move on to the next box, that's going to have a new heading, new paragraph or paragraphs. Okay. A couple of reminders on there. use the word maps. I think in terms of the formal persuasive language, I've seen loads in plans, etc. I've seen lots of kind of formal, precise vocab, but those persuasive, if you look, we've got a persuasive writing word map with lots of great sentence starters. I think I would really recommend borrowing some of those sentence starters to just give your writing that extra bit of pizzazz. Okay, and then yeah, if you're doing relative clauses and embedded clauses in the middle of a sentence, you need your comma sandwich. All right, double, triple check. I still get confused on those now. I still have to read it with, without, think about if I took away the bit that was in between the commas, would it still make sense? So please double check that, because if you read it out loud and it sounds really weird, the chances are it's probably wrong. Okay. There might be some other reminders you want to write yourself, maybe in your margin. Perhaps you keep forgetting a certain element, or you keep getting two homophones mixed up. Write them in your margin. That's for you to help you. Okay. And then I've put paired edit times there. You can either do that with somebody at home, or you can just go solo. Make sure you give yourself some pause times, just to give your brain a bit of time to just relax and catch up. But B, so that you can go back and just spot if you've made any silly errors because you've been kind of writing quite quickly or whatever. Okay. When you've finished, I mean, that's all that's left for you to do. You can fill in day 2 of your success criteria, and hopefully you'll see that whatever was on your post-it note, you'll have included lots of, and perhaps whatever you didn't have very much of yesterday, you've managed to boost that today. Okay. And then that is your writing done. So if you want to, you can always pause me now. So you've got these reminders on the screen. I've got a tiny fun little extension that you can come back for to see what it is. All right. Right. Congratulations on finishing your writing. Ms. Rutherford and I would love to read them. Please feel free to email them through. We can give you some feedback. If it's during the day, just message me. But yeah, we'd love to read them. Your little extension. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I am missing theme parks at the moment. And I was thinking about Disneyland, and I was like, oh, what was that ride called again? And I brought up a map to have a look, and it got me a little bit obsessed and looking at the map for ages. So what I want you guys to do is, can you create a map? Can you design a map for your theme park? Okay, so you can see I've got a couple of different examples here. I think, what's this one again? I can't actually remember what this one is now. I think it's a real one. But either way, yeah, you've got a couple of examples here. This is the Disney one, and you can see they're kind of laid out in different ways. This one almost looks like a web to me. You kind of go through the entrance and then you kind of spread out into the different things. But either way, can you create a map for yours? Things that you might want to include: attractions, refreshments, toilets, you're going to need those, paths, gift shops, arcades, and anything else your heart desires. Okay, you can see both of them have kind of got these like lake water feature type things. This one's got a key. This one's, I believe all of the numbers link to either a restaurant or a theme, like a ride or whatever. And then you've got signs and stuff for toilets. So you could create one with a key. You could just create one. This one's kind of almost 3D effect, isn't it? The world is your oyster. Go wild, go creative, see what you can come up with. I would suggest if you're struggling, you can always look up some ideas, just literally search theme park maps. That's all I did on the internet. And then, yeah, go from there. And it might be that you go, actually, do you know what? I kind of want to do this as a bit of a screen-free challenge for tomorrow, because remember, Friday is screen-free day. It might be that you go, tomorrow I'm going to spend 30 minutes designing my theme park map so I can go wild on it, get my gel pens in, get all my colours and stuff like that. Okay, good luck. Well done on all of your hard work in English this term. I know it hasn't necessarily always been easy, particularly when we've had new skills that normally we'd explore together in the classroom, but we've been absolutely amazed by your writing, and you should be really proud of yourselves. All right, see you soon, everybody. Bye bye.